Whoa,
Hi friends, my name is Kowcheck and I'm a first grade teacher in Morgantown, West Virginia. I'm here with Beckett and Colt who are having some technology choice time. And I just wanted to do a read aloud of an awesome book that we read this morning together, and then share a little mini lesson for parents and for students on how we can make these read alouds we're doing with our kids the most meaningful, so we're getting lots of bang for our buck. Hi friends. Hi Amber. Hi Dana. Okay, so this book is called Spoon. It's by Amy Krause, Rosenthal, and Scott Magoon. It's a really cute story. Hi friends. I love seeing people getting on. I'm so excited. I thought I would have my crew with me, but they've opted for Elsa and some apps on the iPad. This is Spoon. This is Spoon's family. You see all those different kinds of spoons in there? Do you see spoons that you use at your house for different reasons? Maybe a baby spoon, maybe a soup spoon. On Sundays, Spoon goes to visit his Aunt Silver. He has to be on his very best behavior there. She's very fancy and proper. Goodbye, darling. Ta-ta. Look at Spoon with his little tie and his Spoon mom and Spoon dad. At bedtime, Spoon likes to hear the story about his adventurous great-grandmother who fell in love with a dish and ran off to a distant land. Look at Spoon. I think he has his head resting on a packet of sugar. Lately, though, Spoon's been feeling blue. "What's wrong?" asked his mother. "You look a bit bent out of shape." Do you know what that means, to be bent out of shape? Turn to the grown-up you're reading with and tell them, make a guess. What do you think bent out of shape means? Okay, come back to me. If you're bent out of shape, you're a little grumpy or upset about something. Nothing, mumbled Spoon. Can you see why he was blue? He's in a bowl of blueberries. It's just that, I don't know. All of my friends have it so much better than me. Like Knife. Knife is so lucky. He gets to cut. He gets to spread. I never get to cut or spread. Yes, Knife is pretty spiffy that way, isn't he?
No!
And Fork? Fork is so lucky. She gets to go practically everywhere. I bet she never gets stir crazy like I do. Fork does get out and make herself useful, doesn't she? Look at all these jobs Fork's doing. Do you twirl your spaghetti like that? I know I like to use a fork to eat cake. Excuse me, friends. That would be my crew knocking over my setup here. Here, color on the paper. And chopsticks? Everyone thinks they're really cool and exotic. No one thinks I'm cool. This is real life, right, friends? No one thinks I'm cool or exotic. Those chopsticks are something else, aren't they? Look at the chopsticks. Have you ever used chopsticks before? Meanwhile, if only Spoon knew what his friends were saying at that very minute. Spoon is so lucky, said Knife. He's so fun and easygoing. Everyone's so serious with me. No one's ever allowed to be silly with me like they are with Spoon. Clang, clang, bang.
Let me see.
Spoon is so lucky, said Fork. He gets to measure stuff. No one ever does that with me. Spoon is so lucky, said Chopsticks. He can go places by himself. We could never function apart. Here's Chopsticks trying to work together to eat that sushi up. That night, after bedtime stories, Spoon's mom turned off the light, tucked him in, and said, "You know, Spoon, I wonder if you realize just how lucky you are. Your friends will never know the joy of diving head first into a bowl of ice cream." That's my favorite.
Like knifeys in his?
They'll never know what it feels like to clink against the side of a cereal bowl. They'll never be able to twirl around in a mug or relax in a hot cup of tea. Spoon hadn't thought of it that way before. He lay awake in bed for a long time. His mind was racing. He felt so alive. There was only one thing to do. I can't sleep. Come snuggle. Yes, come spoon. And so he did. Look at Spoon spooning with his mom and dad. The end. So I hope you liked that story. And now I just want to show you how you can make these text connections by relating that book to things you know. So the first kind of text connection we make in first grade is a text to self connection. What about the book Spoon can you relate to your own life? Well, I know those chopsticks that always have to be together, that's like me and Miss Selby. We teach together all the time, and we wouldn't be able to teach without each other. Can you turn to the grown-up you're listening with and think of a way that you can relate to Spoon? The next kind of connection we make is a text to world connection. What kind of things happened in this book that remind you of what's going on in the world around you? Have you gone out to a restaurant and used a different kind of utensil that you don't usually use at home? The third kind of connection is a text-to-text connection. So that's connecting this book, Spoon, to another book you've read. And this morning, Beckett picked to read this book, Unicorn. And we were able to make the connection between unicorn and spoon because in the book Unicorn, there was like this little goat, and the goat was so jealous of the big fancy unicorn. But then at the end, the unicorn explained why the goat was so awesome and could do things that the unicorn couldn't do. Kind of like how Spoon learned to appreciate being able to eat ice cream and clang on the side of a cereal bowl and swirl around in soup instead of thinking about the things that he didn't have or wasn't able to do. And the last kind of connection we learned to make is a text to media connection. So this is something you guys should all be really good at, using your devices and access to technology. What does this book make you think about that you've seen on a tablet or listened to in music or heard in a movie? Well, to me, Spoon makes me think of Forky from Toy Story 4. So can you find a book and make at least one text connection, either to yourself, to the world, to another book, or to media? Thanks for checking in with me. I hope to do this more. Beckett, can you say bye to everybody?
Bye.
Colt, you say bye?
Bye.
Thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.